Healing bonds with selflessness in the family, inspired by a teaching of Gautama Buddha. Family is often described as the closest circle of human connection. It is where life begins, where values are shaped, and where love is first experienced. Yet, paradoxically, it is also where misunderstandings, conflicts, and emotional wounds most frequently arise. Why is it that the people closest to us are sometimes the ones who hurt us the most? From the wisdom attributed to Gautama Buddha, one powerful answer emerges. Suffering within the family often grows from attachment to ego, and healing begins with selflessness. Selflessness in the family does not mean neglecting oneself. It does not mean suppressing feelings or accepting injustice. Rather, it means loosening the grip of ego, reducing the need to be right, to be praised, to be understood first, or to win arguments. It is the conscious choice to prioritize harmony, compassion, and understanding over pride. The root of family conflict. In family relationships, expectations run deep. Parents expect gratitude, children expect understanding. Spouses expect appreciation, siblings expect fairness. When these expectations are not met, disappointment silently accumulates. The ego whispers, "I sacrificed so much for you. You never understand me. Why should I apologize first? They should change, not me." These inner dialogues create invisible walls. Over time, love becomes conditional. Communication turns defensive. Small misunderstandings grow into lasting wounds. But what if one person chooses selflessness? Not as surrender, not as weakness, but as wisdom. What selflessness truly means. Selflessness in the family means shifting from me to we. It means asking not only, how do I feel, but also, what is this other person experiencing? It is the willingness to pause before reacting and to consider the larger harmony of the relationship. It is choosing peace over pride. When someone speaks harshly, selflessness does not immediately respond with equal harshness. It asks, are they tired? Are they stressed? Are they carrying pain I cannot see? This does not justify harmful behavior, but it replaces automatic reaction with mindful awareness. The Buddha's wisdom often emphasizes that attachment to the self, to identity, to personal righteousness, is the root of suffering. In family life, this attachment shows up in subtle ways. The need to be correct, the need to be validated, the need to have the final word. When we release even a small portion of this attachment, space opens for healing. The power of letting go. Many family conflicts persist not because the issue is large, but because neither side wants to let go first. Selflessness breaks this cycle. It may look like apologizing even when you believe you were only partly wrong. It may look like listening fully instead of preparing your defense. It may look like forgiving without waiting for a perfect apology. Letting go does not mean denying truth. It means recognizing that preserving connection is sometimes more important than proving a point. In that moment of release, tension softens, pride dissolves, and communication becomes possible again. Selflessness between parents and children. In parent-child relationships, selflessness plays a unique role. Parents often sacrifice enormously for their children, yet sometimes sacrifice turns into expectation. Expectation of obedience, achievement, gratitude, or conformity. Children, in turn, may expect unconditional understanding while resisting responsibility. Selflessness invites both sides to examine their attachment. For parents, it may mean guiding without controlling, loving without demanding repayment. It means understanding that children are not extensions of their own identity, but independent beings with their own paths. For children, it may mean recognizing the unseen efforts of their parents, offering patience instead of rebellion, and communicating with respect even during disagreement. When both sides practice empathy rather than ego, trust deepens. Selflessness in marriage. Marriage and partnership often become battlegrounds of subtle competition. Who sacrifices more? Who works harder? Who is more misunderstood? But when selflessness enters the relationship, the focus shifts. Instead of asking, "What am I getting?" partners begin to ask, "What can I give?" Instead of keeping emotional score, they offer support freely. This does not create imbalance, rather, it builds mutual generosity. When one partner is stressed, the other becomes steady. When one feels weak, the other becomes compassionate. Over time, this rhythm creates resilience. Selflessness does not eliminate disagreement, but it transforms the way disagreement is handled. Breaking generational patterns. Many families carry emotional patterns across generations: anger, silence, criticism, control. Without awareness, these patterns repeat automatically. Selflessness interrupts repetition. When someone chooses patience instead of inherited anger, a generational shift begins. When someone chooses open conversation instead of silent resentment, healing spreads forward. The courage to respond differently is an act of selfless wisdom. It says, "The pain stops here." This is not easy. It requires deep self-awareness and humility, but it changes the emotional atmosphere of an entire family. Compassion as healing energy. Compassion is the heart of selflessness. In family life, compassion means recognizing that every member carries invisible burdens. A father may carry financial pressure. A mother may carry emotional exhaustion. A child may carry academic stress. A sibling may carry insecurity. When we see only behavior, we react. When we see suffering behind behavior, we soften. Compassion does not excuse harmful actions, but it transforms the way we address them. Instead of attack, we communicate. Instead of accusation, we express needs clearly. Healing begins the moment blame is replaced by understanding. Boundaries and balance. It is important to clarify that selflessness is not self-erasure. Healthy family relationships require boundaries. You can be compassionate and still say no. You can forgive and still protect yourself. You can love and still maintain dignity. True selflessness is rooted in wisdom, not self-neglect. When ego disappears, clarity increases. You act not from fear or guilt, but from conscious choice. The inner transformation. Ultimately, healing family bonds through selflessness transforms not only relationships, but the individual. You become less reactive. You become more patient. You become emotionally stable. Arguments no longer escalate quickly. Hurt feelings are addressed calmly. Pride loses its dominance. Over time, the family environment shifts. Conversations become more open. Laughter returns. Trust rebuilds. And even if not every member changes immediately, the one who practices selflessness experiences inner peace. The courage to go first. Often, healing begins with one person. Waiting for others to change first prolongs conflict. But choosing selflessness breaks the waiting cycle. It takes courage to apologize first. It takes humility to listen deeply. It takes strength to forgive sincerely. Yet these actions create ripples. Even small gestures, a calm response, a kind word, a patient silence, can transform the emotional tone of a home. A home of peace. Imagine a family where members respond with awareness rather than ego, where mistakes are corrected gently, where disagreements do not threaten love, where appreciation flows naturally. This environment is not created by perfection, it is created by selflessness. Selflessness turns the family from a battlefield into a sanctuary. It reminds each member that love is not about winning arguments, but about protecting connection. The path to lasting harmony. Healing bonds within the family is not a single event. It is an ongoing practice. Every day offers opportunities to pause before reacting, to listen instead of interrupting, to forgive instead of holding resentment, to give without keeping score. These small acts accumulate. Over time, they reshape the emotional foundation of the family. In the spirit of Buddha's teaching, freedom from suffering begins with releasing attachment to the self. When ego softens, love expands. When pride dissolves, understanding grows. Selflessness is not about losing yourself. It is about finding a larger version of yourself, one capable of deeper compassion and lasting peace. And within that expanded heart, family bonds heal naturally.